'Cause this time around, she laughed.
Well, that's a very short review. I'm going to leave now.
Hey, asked if I could say it more creepy.
All right. So, obviously, we're in Wes's car this time around because
Yes.
I accidentally left my bag in the theater and we were too tired to walk back to my car, which is on the 4th floor of the 4th Street garage.
Who parks on the 4th floor of a garage without an elevator?
Person who is got there later than you should have.
Apparently.
All right.
I'm not built for that kind of cardio.
So obviously Wes is with me, and we just got out of second fucking shittiest movie we've seen.
Oh my gosh.
I Frankenstein.
Yes.
Holy fuck. This movie was terrible.
I liked it.
I'd love to know why.
So,
not because it's good, right?
It's good in that in like 5 years when I find it in the $5 bargain bin box at Best Buy, I'm gonna buy that thing, kind of a way.
Alright, so bad it's kind of decent in a way.
It's good enough that when I'm feeling like a pile of horse manure, and I stay at home and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and FX decides to play it as a movie, I'm gonna let it play.
I could see the gears working. I'm trying to build on the scenario in your head.
Yeah, no, it is not a masterpiece.
Really, I could never have gathered by the name and the concept.
But it is not an Uwe Boll film.
You got me there.
All right. Nor does it have, the great Greek mythological creature of Egyptians.
Or giant penis swords.
It's true. It lacks a 30-foot lightning penis sword.
Which is disappointing in a weird way. I think every movie would be better with a 300
I'm going to remind you of that in every review for the rest of the year, that you think a movie's made better by a 30-foot long lightning penis sword.
I'm just saying, Citizen Kane would be a lot more interesting.
What about her?
Well, in different ways. But it'd still be interesting to see how they tie that into the plot. How would you touch me? With my 30-foot long lightning penis sword. Alright.
You just got into some really weird stuff, my friend.
Her already goes into some really weird shit.
Alright, I'll give you that.
There's a scene where a woman on the phone, we'll actually talk about Frankenstein, I swear to God, where a woman on the sex phone line, and he goes, choke me with your dead cat. In the movie. Right after they go into a pregnancy fetish. So...
Yeah. I'm starting to see a tendency to the movies you like.
Well, at least Hercules is so bad I can laugh at it. This one jumps sharks so damn fast, it's absurd.
Are you kidding? I laughed at this movie plenty.
You more than I did. I was just like, oh. It wasn't bad. It wasn't so bad that it was laughable. It was just bad that it just lasted way too long. Which is surprising considering how fucking fast the pacing was in this thing.
Yeah, it actually moved pretty quick.
Well, it's like within 15 minutes, we established that he's Frankenstein. He had an owner that he didn't like. He killed his wife. The actual creator died about 5 seconds later of cold. And then he gets kidnapped. Then he fights demons, which pop right the fuck out of nowhere. Then there are fucking gargoyles there too. And turns out there's a fucking war. And the exposition fairy comes along and explains this all to Frankenstein. Then Frankenstein's a loner for like 5 seconds. Then he fights demons again. Now he's a bounty hunter. Now he's in random British city number 23, and now he's hunting down demons. All of that happens in 15 minutes.
It's true. They actually covered the backstory very quickly, which brings me to my big argument on this, that I think this is actually a pretty well-written movie.
You're joking, right?
No, it tells you things as you need to know them. It doesn't waste time on exposition.
It wastes plenty of time in exposition. The whole first half hour is exposition.
No, that's the first 15 minutes.
Well, there's the extra 15 minutes.
They lay the groundwork pretty well. And for everyone out there who wants to complain that there are no unique stories left in Hollywood, here's an example of why we need to stop complaining about reusing classics.
Because, when I think Frankenstein, I totally think demons and gargoyles. They just go hand in hand.
Honestly, a fight between demons and gargoyles is a relatively new concept. I haven't seen that comparison before, and I gotta give some kudos for it. If they had done, the gargoyles, they went into how the gargoyles were created by an archangel, but if they had said the gargoyles were actually angels, it would have been a bigger issue for me. I've been like, we've seen this dozens of times.
Wait, where have we seen angels that are really gargoyles?
Angels versus demons. We've seen dozens of times. Simply making the gargoyles angels doesn't help. So, plus, I honestly really thought the special effects of the gargoyles was freaking cool.
Decent.
I thought it was cool.
It looked better than the demons did.
Well, the demons looked like Buffy the Vampire Slayer villains. From the later seasons when they had a better budget, but still.
If they were inbreeding, maybe that's what they look like.
Yeah. So, it's just...
It is, I don't know, there's no attempt to develop any of the characters. There's no reason why we should give a shit about anything that's going on from beginning to end. Frankenstein, even though he's a title character, is barely given any development whatsoever. In fact, all Aaron Eckhart does for the entire movie is talking in a really low, monotone voice. It makes me sound like a badass, but doesn't really add anything to my character other than I'm a badass and I kill things with sticks.
It's true, and there's the way he falls in love with the scientist, which just goes to show how Hollywood backs this concept that's a real problem in today's society. Relationships born of crisis in less than 3 days, especially involving blondes, never end well.
That'd be an interesting sequel. I, Frankenstein 2, Relationship Problems.
Romantic Boogaloo.
Watch Frankenstein and that chick from Dexter Season 8 go to marriage counseling. There's a fucking
stick
movie.
Another eye on it, So you've got 2 Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm excited. In a few weeks, we got Pomp 2 coming out. It's gonna be good.
Oh, God. We have so many fucking terrible movies coming out. Like, we got the awkward moment next week that we gotta go see, which I'm dreading.
I'm really glad I didn't sign up for that one.
No, I got Sarah and Lisa on that one. I'm surprised I'm surprised I want to go fucking see it. I'm like, really? Did you see the trailer? It has that douchebag from 21 and Over who I hated.
Right?
It has Zac Efron. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Yes.
But, oh, Jesus Christ. It just felt so lazy. That's what bugged me about it. I mean, some of the action scenes were decent, I'll give it that.
It's not a cerebral movie. If you're looking for something that's going to make you sit back and really think about the qualities of life, and the movement of society in today's culture and whatnot, this is not that movie.
Go see The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that would probably give you more of an education. Absolutely.
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
That's actually true, now I think about it.
But if you want to watch some decent special effects where everything that dies explodes in some way...
That's where it's actually true.
It's a good movie.
Where, like, when the demons die, they descend, and when angels die, they ascend. It's like, ha, ha, ha. That's terrible. I feel like it's a terrible joke, but it's meant to be taken seriously.
I felt that it was fantastic that the gargoyles made this huge deal about how the war's supposed to be a secret among the humans. But when they die, they send a pillar of light into the sky!
And that's another point. Where are all the fucking people in this town? There's nobody only in one scene are there any actual humans on screen.
I have a theory on this.
Uh-oh, here you go.
Alright, so you think that this archdemon that has all these bodies he's going to reanimate has been gathering these for years. In truth, it's been about 12 hours. He's like, I have tens of thousands of bodies. That's where your people are.
That actually makes sense why you only have tens of thousands if you lived for centuries. If you think about it, it's like, getting dead bodies would not be that hard. The grave robbing was a very big, cushy gig back in the early years.
I mean, I guess if they needed them of a certain quality, it might take a while. On the other hand, if they're willing to work with what they found, I mean, really, where's all the people? There's your creepy answer.
I just know it has Davy Jones as this over-the-top villain. Like, all the actors in the movie look like they just really don't care. Like,
no, they're having fun with it. It's Davy Jones against Two-Face.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to watch that fight?
And the Batman jokes you can make here are endless, really.
It's so true.
Like, I have no soul. It's like, that's why I became a lawyer. You know? Shit like that. But either way, it's... I mean, you can make a lot of jokes about it. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's still pretty bad, though. And just how fucking rushed it is, how poorly written the characters are, and just how...
Well, there's no depth to the characters, but I feel like it's a fun story. Like, I'm not gonna go buy this in the American best-selling hardback area, but if I want a great 98-page paperback that's gonna be a real page-turner during my 3-hour layover in the Denver airport, Man, that's the kind of book I'd buy.
That was oddly specific. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, I feel like you've done that before.
Not in Denver.
No, in fucking Charlotte.
Charlotte. Boston. Boston's airport makes no sense. Nicest TSA agents I've ever met, though.
It's like I was watching one comedian. I'm getting off topic here because I clearly don't want to talk about the movie. Here he goes. It says, I don't know why I keep fuck Charlotte. It's like, I don't know why everywhere I go, if I go to fucking Charlotte, I don't know why. It's like, I've never seen the city. I just know that the airport has a Java Juice. That's about all I know. It's like, what's in Charlotte? More planes, bitch. Anyway, this movie would have been more interesting with planes. Instead, we got a lot of bad CGI gargoyle transformation sequences that looked like they were ripped off from Supernatural.
No, Supernatural just has no budget for these things.
But they did have that little eye-turning thing.
Yeah, the demons did that all the time. The gargoyles, I think the CGI was good.
I wouldn't say it's good, but it's better than the demons. I'll give it that much.
It's better than a lot of super... Alright, actually, let me put some explanation on this for you. Have you seen any of the Underworld movies?
Yes.
Same guys who made those made this. This is a step of improvement.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying, they're moving in the right direction.
Although, oddly
right?
enough, the Underworld movies are better than this, even the shitty last one. Granted, they were all shitty, but, you know...
They all had their struggles. The last one it was kind of funny, because they're all ridiculous movies that, again, if they come on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on FX and I'm feeling like crap, I will watch these movies.
Yeah, I probably would too, actually.
But, I mean... there was a point in it where I turned to my friend and I said, I'm calling shenanigans. And it's like really close to the end of the movie. And he just stares at me for like 30 seconds, not looking at the movie and what's going on. He just goes, you're calling shenanigans now?
By the way, about this movie, in like the first 5 minutes, I immediately pull out the first big plot hole in the movie, which was like, the gargoyles they find Frankenstein, they take him back to their gargoyle lair, and then they give Victor Frankenstein's journal. It tells him how to make things. It goes, lock this away in the chest. It was like, because no one can ever get their hands on it. I was like, then why not just burn it?
It's true. I feel like there are ways you could have gone around this. There are cool things you could have done. The fact that when you kill the demons, they turn into these fireballs that go into the earth and they descend. Nifty concept. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but nifty. But if you worked into that and said that, using fire was part of their power, and so at one point you have one of them throw something into fire, and another one pulls it out of a different flame. Well, that could explain why you wouldn't burn the journal.
That's actually pretty cool.
Like, I feel like that would be a cool story point. Guys who make these movies, call me for the sequel.
Because they wanted a fucking franchise out of this.
Oh, I guarantee it. Did you not notice the scientist pull out the thumb drive and make a run for it? You never see him die?
That's true, you don't. Yep. Sequel bait. It's just stupid. That's what it comes down to. It's just really fucking stupid.
It's not an intelligent movie, no.
No, but it's just like, it has the same, I'm a monster, and they take off a shirt, reveals a bulge, perfect six-pack. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Right, really, though, of all the people that look like that you've met, have any of them not been monsters?
God damn it.
I mean, I'm not saying they all are. Look at me.
Or bitch, please. Come on.
My rippling sick back, by which I mean my stomach can get 6 ripples going. It's awesome.
Get one of those soda can things, make it really tight, and just boom, 6-pack.
Screw working out. I took airbrush lessons.
That's how I've been going off for the past 20 years. That's how I've been doing it since I was 2. Anyway.
Get that away from him!
No! Anyway, we clearly just don't care.
That's the kind of movie it is.
It is.
It's not a bad movie. It's not a smart movie.
No, like, it didn't make me angry. I just felt tired after seeing it. And granted, it doesn't help I had a couple before I went to go see it. But
You
still,
did. You did have a couple before we went to go see it.
Because I'm like, I know this is going to be bad, so fuck it. You know? Didn't help doing Murray 43, but I only had one then. Let's try an experiment. Let's try two. Did it make it any better? A little. Not to mention we saw this in 3D because it was the only like available good time available,
Yes.
and 3D did fucking nothing. Like there was a part where I literally just took it off completely and watched the movie for like 10 solid minutes without any blurry moments.
Yeah, aside from the high action points, there's not much in the way of using the 3D.
It's obviously post converted, and it just granted. I don't think any effort was made by part of anyone making this movie to do anything special with it. So it's not like 3D would be on the top of that priority list.
It's true. But they keep getting made.
Because it's simple and they get charged an extra $3 for it.
No, not just the 3D. I'm just thinking these guys making the movies. They made like 4 Underworld movies. And now they made this, and it's clearly going to get a sequel. I mean...
Well, I mean, this one bombed at the box office, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
Underworld didn't do great. And it had a huge lawsuit from White Wolf.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So, for those of you not horrible huge geeks like me that play tabletop games, White Wolf is a tabletop game manufacturer that made games such as Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade, Mage the Awakening, and unfortunately they did not make it, but I really wish they'd made Wereshark the Buffet.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have crashed my car to make it to the nearest store to get the release of Wereshark.
Yeah, all of these games they made, they're designed to tell things and all. And the clan set up between the werewolves and the vampires and the war with it and everything. They made some changes to the way the names were said and whatnot. But the design of them, the sleeping elders and whatnot, are pulled straight from the White Wolf books. So
clearly they couldn't even find anything good to rip off on this one. Like,
are you kidding? This was fantastic.
Because I mean, like Frankenstein, like I don't know about you, when I think of Frankenstein, I think of Aaron Eckhart with a few light scratches. But
that was actually one of the fun points I noticed throughout the movie. Like, the exact details of the scars.
The scars kept disappearing.
The locations stayed the same for the scars, but the severity of the scars did change a number of times.
I noticed that too.
Whether or not he had stitching still there.
Like, they just kind of kept randomly appearing and disappearing at random intervals. It was like, so is he like getting better? Or I don't know how this works. And there's just some weird shit in this movie that's never given any explanation. Like, there's this huge fight scene with the gargoyles and demons, and the demons like assault the gargoyle stronghold, and then the clock turns to midnight, and all the demons just run away for no discernible reason.
No, that one actually was explained.
Oh, was it?
They turned and ran, the gargoyles chased after them, and the whole plan was actually to make it so that they could grab the queen.
Oh, that's right.
So, they ran to lead them away, and to the stroke of midnight's a big, loud sound that would be an easy signal for all of them to know, oh, now it's time to run.
Okay, that wasn't very well explained.
They did not use exposition to explain this. You have to be a certain level of intelligence to understand it.
I just thought they
Congratulations, you failed in understanding the stupid movie.
I was partially drunk, to be fair.
It's a stupid movie. It's a stupid movie. It outsmarted you. I was drunk.
Whatever excuse I can come to make up for whatever shortcoming. You don't have to be sober to know this is stupid.
It was not an intelligent movie.
But it
was fun. I
thought they had some kind of curfew, like, I don't know, like Skinamax started in 5 minutes or something.
We have to get home. True Blood.
Close enough. Skinamax, True Blood, HBO, it's all the same thing. I've seen the weird shit on Game of Thrones. You're not fooling anybody. But it's just... Yeah, like it's just one of those things. I guess if it's like a C movie, it's okay.
Well, and there are details that really were just not touched on that I kind of expected them to, though.
Like what?
She was reanimating the other doctor towards the end of the movie. And I mean, he gets slammed against it and it wrecks the whole thing and all. But it never actually shows that his reanimation failed. So if they make a sequel, I'll be watching for the reappearance of this scientist. Because he was also one of the only ones not inscribed to be taken over by a demon, and so you might have some weird circumstances.
Oops. There we go. We've angered the car gods. Anyway.
Sorry.
You probably could just open and close the door.
It's a fail-safe in order to keep the battery from dying.
Ah.
Hence running the engine for a few minutes.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So, okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stupid decisions made by characters, too. Like, the whole plot of the movie is basically that the Demon Lord, whatever his name, Davy Jones. The Demon Lord Davy Jones, that's actually kind of an awesome name.
Indeed. But yeah, no, I mean...
like, his whole plot line is he wants to, like, make 1,000 different Frankensteins to make his own army.
Well, he says that the demons can only possess a body that doesn't have a soul. But only a corpse doesn't have a soul.
Or politics.
So you have to, politicians...
I'm just saying the Republican Party is a great target, is all I'm saying.
Really, either party. I'm not going to have a favorite here.
Republican, Democrat, yeah, basically all of them, fuck it.
Yeah. Politicians, used car salesmen.
What does explain the past 3 presidencies? Yeah.
Right?
Maybe Frankenstein's really, like, a documentary. And we just don't know it.
Hey, it's science fiction. It's meant to teach us a lesson, man.
But of course, like, the big twist is you can see it come from a mile away. It was like they try to possess Frankenstein, but they can't possess Frankenstein because he really does have a soul. And just stupid shit like that.
They didn't actually explain why the possession fails. Beyond, I'm a badass.
Pretty much.
Which is a valid reason. But...
It's like the serious tone of voice there. Like, because I'm a badass, which is legit.
Hey,
anyway.
Sounds legit, yeah.
Oh, fucking, okay. Hey, we continue.
Are you losing things now?
I don't know. I'm just trying to track down. I'm losing track of everything right now, apparently.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has misplaced his wallet.
Nope, my wallet's fine. It's, phone. Very important. This has my list of trailers on there. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Oh, good point, yes.
Yeah.
So we basically worked our way through the movie in no concept of a chronological order.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's okay. It's still...
Look, you're not going to go see this movie. What do you care?
It's... I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. If you've had 3 or 4 beers, it might be even more fun, I think.
If you're alone in the theater or at home watching this and you have a few beers with friends, then you can tear it apart and it can be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I was a self-fulfilling fucking prophecy on this. And I said, you know what, this happens. We got there and there was nobody there. And I said to myself, you know what, this happens every time. The movie just starts, we think we're gonna get the Home Alone, and then one fucking asshole comes in and ruins the whole thing. Sure enough, the trailers start playing and go, hey, maybe we'll get away with this time. And as soon as I said that, one fucking guy walked in, followed by like 4 others, like, you've gotta be kidding me. Why are you here?
Amazing.
It's like, why are you here? Do you not have better things to do? I say as I went out of my way to go see this terrible movie.
I'm so glad that I said we should see this.
It was on my list anyway. But, so no matter what, I probably would have had to see it. We kind of took a break last week because I was like, school started and everything else got busy. I was like, fuck it,
that's alright.
I don't want to go see Jack Ryan.
You got I Frankenstein.
We got more shit next week.
Exactly.
That's kind of like what the winter season feels like. It's like shit, decent shit, really good shit, summer. You know?
Yeah. That's kind of how it goes.
I don't know what it is about the winter season. It happens every time. I don't think that's gonna help.
Nope.
If you turn this on, probably.
Yeah, but then that's gonna blow air right at your camera there, and it's gonna mess with the sound.
Yeah, you got a point there. As we're trying to work out technical difficulties, I mean, do you really have anything more to say about this movie?
I'm kind of surprised, actually. Even with the way they were shaped and all, I really thought that... so Frankenstein, throughout the movie, his like weapon of choice is these pair of eskrima staffs, which is remarkable to find in Europe. But it really looked like he was going to join the two together.
A little bit,
and have like the long staff, and it was going to be cool. And he never did. And that kind of surprised me. I feel like that was an opportunity lost.
That was the opportunity you lost.
I wasn't expecting much. No, but overall, I thought that the various, unique weaponry the gargoyles had was creative. I think that whoever got to design those probably had a lot of fun.
And even though it's like completely over dramatic the way they used them, like the unnecessary twirling and flashing and boom, and
if you're a giant flying statue that's lived for thousands of years, wouldn't you be a little over dramatic?
Well, I'm just saying, some of the fighting tactics, no wonder they fucking die all the time. It's like,
oh yeah.
There's a point where like the gargoyle queen, and by the way, there's a part in the movie where like he meets up with the Yvonne Straczynski, who plays the scientist chick, goes out. He's on Frankenstein. Frankenstein explains the whole thing to her. It's like, wow, you know what? When you say it all at once, it sounds really, really, really stupid.
It's true.
Like, by the way, your boss is a demon lord who's fighting against the gargoyles who work for God, who's been fighting war for centuries over the human race and blah, 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 and want to reincarnate thousands of me's. It was like,
what if instead they just been like, dude, your boss is a dick and needs to die?
That'd be horrible bosses, too.
I wonder if she would have looked at him and been like,
yeah,
okay.
It would have made more sense.
Right? So, but anyways, let's move on.
All right.
I think we've said what we need to say.
So,
What you need, man? Sorry, we don't smoke.
no.
I don't have one, sorry.
Random adventure of the day.
Indeed.
Alright, so move on to trailers, I guess. Let's see, what did we get first? This is why I make lists now, because they're so much more convenient to try to remember them all on top of my head. Which you did for a while, and we always forgot the last one, without fail.
Nice.
So the first one we got to is a bizarre one. Welcome to Yesterday.
That was like the first time I saw that preview. I have not seen that one before.
I didn't even know this movie existed until I saw this.
Teen drama meets time travel.
Meets Cloverfield.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know.
I'm not opposed to seeing it.
I'm not saying... I mean, like, Chronicles was a found footage superhero movie, and that was a great fucking movie, so...
It's true. Like, honestly, I feel like at this point, after seeing Legend of Hercules, I'm willing to give anything a shot. So...
Maybe that's why that's maybe a little more forgiving on Frankenstein.
It may be.
Even though I think this movie would improve with a 30-foot lightning penis sword.
You think that about every movie.
I do now.
All right.
Watching Lord of the Rings, you know what? There's just not enough 30-foot lightning penis swords in this movie. We got Sting, that's close, but it's not 30-foot long.
All right.
I don't know about that one. It looks it's like that stupid what was that? Not Keanu Reeves. Ashton Kutcher movie, The Butterfly Effect.
Oh, that one, yeah, kind of. Where changing the future or changing the past messes with the future.
Like, when you like sneeze in a pterodactyl and then like it screws up everything in the present or something stupid.
It's true.
The next one I'm not looking forward to. Vampire Academy.
Oh my gosh, movie of the year.
The funny part is I've seen like 3 different trailers, and those 3 trailers have had completely different feels for the movie.
It's true. It's definitely the sort of thing where they're trying to catch different crowds with different previews.
It's like they don't know how to market it.
I'm estimating now that this will be a horrible teen vampire movie.
More than likely.
But it's possible that in the same vein as Fright Night, it could fall into that so terrible, it's amazing.
That's true. Fright Night did have its pretty funny moments.
Yeah, so I think it's going to come down to how seriously does the movie try to take itself.
Dinner's in the oven.
All right, so next up.
So that's Vampire Academy.
Yes.
I'm not looking forward to it. I don't know if it's gonna be a stupid teen comedy or it's gonna be like a serious serious action movie.
I have no idea.
Or maybe both. Maybe it's gonna be like the biggest surprise of the year. It's gonna be like a fucking noir movie at this point.
Right.
That would actually be an amazing twist. Next one we got is cool. Much more predictable, which is RoboCop, the reboot.
Yes. Okay. So I gotta say what I told you earlier about this.
Go ahead.
So I walked into an AMC theater this last weekend to see The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which I'm kind of bummed we're not doing a review for it.
Yeah, no, it was out for Christmas, so we didn't get around to it.
It was one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long while, actually.
Really? Because it didn't get very good reviews.
No, it did not. As I got my associates in English, so I read the short story it was based off of, and it doesn't hold to the short story at all. And it's the kind of movie that just pisses movie critics off. Because it's about a guy who dreams of doing awesome stuff all the time and then finally starts doing it. And movie critics just go watch awesome stuff happen all the time and dream about awesome stuff because they see all these awesome movies. But they never actually go and do these things more often than not.
I think it's a rough generalization. But
It is a rough generalization. There are exceptions. There are movie critics who go out there and do awesome stuff. But I feel like that may be why the critics gave it such a horrible review, is they're just like, well,
Well, I do awesome stuff all the time. I'm not gonna ride my fucking eagle back to my house now. That I stole from the set of The Hobbit. That's why there's no eagles in the sequel, by the way, fuckers.
Nice. No, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it. But so in the pre-show at the theater, they had this thing about RoboCop, in which Gary Oldman says that they have tried to make it as cerebral as possible. They tried to make you think when you see this movie. It's a remake of RoboCop. How much thinking am I going to do?
It's a very good point. I mean, I went to Comic-Con. I saw the panel for this, not because I wanted to, but because it was before something I actually wanted to see.
Right?
But it's just one of those things. It doesn't look completely terrible. I use that term loosely, mind you, but it's like, it has Michael Keaton, it has Gary Oldman.
Yeah, no, it could be another fun action movie, much like Frankenstein is not a thinking man's movie, but a fun action movie.
I mean, some of the action scenes like fun. Granted, I've never seen the original RoboCop. I know.
You have not?
I know.
All right, we may have to do a special screening where we watch the original before we go watch the remake.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I just gotta remember finally watching it. But I mean, I seen Judge Dredd, or the new Dredd, and so close enough as far as.
I haven't seen the new Dredd yet.
The new Dredd's fucking awesome.
Really? All right, because I've seen the original and I liked that, and that's why I was hesitant to see the remake.
No, the new Dredd.
Because after Total Recall, when someone told me that Dredd was good, given Dredd came afterwards, but still, I'm just like, are we sure?
No, Dredd is fucking awesome.
All right.
Anyway, so that was RoboCop. It looks decent. It looks like a decent popcorn action movie blockbuster. So
yep, definitely.
Hopefully it won't be terrible. Then again, I've been wrong before. So
yes. So what's after that?
The last one we got was, this is like the 500th time we got on this trailer, which is 300 Rise of an Empire.
Oh my gosh. Every time I see it, it just fills me with wonder.
Really? How so?
I wonder why they're making a sequel.
Are you kidding? Now I'm waiting for Leonidas to come back as a zombie.
Right?
That's the sequel right there. It'd be the most amazing sequel of all time.
And there's a scene in the preview that drives me crazy every time, where it shows the Persian god king, what's his name again?
Xerxes?
Xerxes, there we go.
I know a bit of Greek. I know a little bit of Greek history.
So it shows Xerxes walking over the dead 300. It's like a straight down view. And it looks like a mural painted on the floor.
Because they just took the original screenshot from the end of the last movie.
Exactly, and I'm just like, man, cool shot, but there's no depth in it. And it's kind of weird looking at it. Like, it doesn't look like there are men on the ground that he's walking around. It looks like one of those augmented perspective paintings where if you change your angle just a bit, the whole thing's going to look like the smear.
Maybe he's really, yeah, I got nothing.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go see it and it'll be like, he was so proud of the victory, he painted a floor with it. And then I'll be like, oh, well, I was wrong.
And they chopped the head off the painting and put that on a spike somehow, and then...
Exactly.
Here's my paper mache, and they waved it around as a sign of victory.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. The part that always makes me laugh is the part where the guy in his skirt runs off the cliff and then conveniently lands right on top of some other guy when he had no way of knowing if he was there before he jumped.
Well, even if he did, I'm sorry. You're human. You fall 30 feet. I don't care what you land on. If it's solid, your legs are broken.
Yep.
Like,
it kind of like glides down like he's Batman. I guess it's a skirt that
gives actions, and they're actions that'll make us believe it. Like if you pull a freaking, Link from the Zelda games where you point the sword straight down and you come down top of the guy to cushion you. Maybe.
Even that's
if you had a flippin' long spear and you come down and as you hit, you swing around the spear so that you're distributing force. Maybe.
Are you saying that the Spartan is Inspector Gadget in this scenario?
I'm saying that what he's doing should not be physically possible. So that's probably going to be my drinking game for the 300 Rise of the Empire.
There you go.
Going to be every time something that should be physically impossible happens, I will take a drink.
Tell you what, I got a big bottle of Scotch whiskey at home. When 302 comes out, sneak in a couple of shot glasses.
I'm going to say right now, drinking in public is illegal and you should never do it.
We don't.
But we might.
You'll know if in the review we're like, so we saw 300. 2. And
if we film it from the back of a taxi cab.
well, if we don't put the keys in the ignition, it's okay.
We're on the train riding together. We're like, yeah, so we knew better.
Bet you had back in the cop car.
Oh my gosh.
So the officer let us put the camera on the dash.
Yeah. Big props to Officer Rodriguez for letting us make this.
Can you say hi, Officer Rodriguez? Shut up and sit down. But I need to get my pants.
Could be worse. Can you say hi, Officer Rodriguez? Oh, hi, I'm a huge fan.
We know I don't have fans.
I'm sure you've got one. There's enough views on the videos. You've got to have one.
I have one very homoerotic comment on my Spider-Man video.
Not gonna go there. Moving on.
That was the last one. So
that's all of our previews. Yeah, no, but I feel like just not the most intelligent movie,
no,
but enjoyable.
I don't particularly care for it, but it's not a harmfully bad movie either. Kind of have more time to think about it, but it's just a meh movie. It's not bad. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's sure as hell not good. It's just meh. It exists. It's there.
Yeah.
Watch it at your own risk.
Definitely.
If you're not too picky or you're looking at a movie to rip apart and have fun with, then sure, rent it on Redbox or Netflix, or wait for Netflix, because you know it's gonna pop on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
And have a good time. But if you're like actually want to see a really good popcorn action movie, this is not it.
No, but it might hold you over until RoboCop.
Maybe. Yeah, in a couple weeks.
So
that's about
all right.
all we got, and my phone's buzzing now, so now's a good time. Who is this person?
Hey, more comments.
I do. On a side note, I do want to thank everyone who's been supporting the channel. We've actually had a lot of very good support over the past
definitely
past
always
year
good
now.
To see viewers keep making comments,
homoerotic or otherwise. You know.
Should ask him questions.
Yes,
and then berate him when he doesn't answer them.
And I do read all the comments and I respond to most of them. If I don't, it's because I'm usually busy or I got like 5,000 other projects going on, which I finally knocked out like the two of the big ones. Now that makes it like 4,998
to go.
Yeah. So, but I do want to thank everyone for watching and supporting us for all this time. Just keep doing it, and we'll keep growing, and etc. So I'm gonna end on that note, unless you have any one last minute, one later to throw out there.
I'm just glad it didn't have any Egyptians.
Acceptable. All right.